As we left off last time, we started to dig out our new home, and we're going to continue on in that direction today. One second while I turn the sound down a little bit. Let's check how our cows are doing, and then we'll decide how we're going to go about today. We should have 4 cows. That's good. Our wheat is starting to grow pretty good, and everything looks like it's in place. And as I said last time, we're moving up to the upper area. Actually, let's take that out. Let's cook up the gold and the iron. The lapis we'll get rid of, and the gravel. We'll need to decide how we're going to build our upstairs home. Let's go ahead and put that in there. We'll probably fast forward through this bit so we won't bore you too much, so don't expect too much talking until we get a little further on and we decide what we're going to do today. Okay, it's daytime outside, but we're not sure what time of the day it is. What we're going to do now is we're going to learn how to make a compass and a watch. These will become evident in a little bit, but they can be very useful. So, first the compass. We're going to take 4 iron ingots, put them in a configuration like this, put a piece of redstone in the middle, and that's going to make a compass. Then we're going to use 4 pieces of gold in the same configuration, put a piece of redstone in the middle, and that's going to make a clock. Now, as we can see in the clock, the sun is in the middle. It doesn't matter whether it's selected or not, we can always see as long as it's down there, or even if we put it away in the chest or anywhere, it'll always reflect the current day of the time. So that's pretty good. But the compass has a more specific reason, and that's for finding our spawn point. So let's go ahead and make some tools, being we're going to need to do some exploring. And this will give us the items we need. We're not going to do exploring right this very minute because it's already midday, but we're going to need a decent shovel. We could also use a little more food. Right now we've only got 1 piece of... Better off, we're going to need another piece. Unfortunately, I wanted to get up to 8 cows, but We kind of need the food. Oh good, we got 3 out of that. So let's go ahead and take that out, put that in there, cook up our food, drop off the stone. The reason we need to do some exploring is we need to get some pigs. We're going to need carrots for that. We want to find some pumpkins. We're going to have to travel to find the pumpkins. We want one of each of the kinds of 4 kinds of trees. So there's a few things we want to get. We want to get the 4 kinds of trees, chickens. We want to get sheep. We need to, that's why I'm carrying the wheat in case we can find a sheep nearby. We can take it back with us. The seeds, that's in case we find some chickens. We can bring them back. We want to make a bed. For that we need sheep wool. Either that or we need to kill a bunch of spiders. And other than that we need diamonds. We're going to have to go mining more for that. We also would like to find some cactus and chocolate. And then we can find a swamp. We can find some slime and kill some slimes to get some slime balls. And very last and least likely to find today is watermelon seeds, because we're only going to find those in chests. We've got a full set of armor, so we're in pretty good shape for that. We've got an iron sword. I usually prefer to have a diamond sword before I go exploring, but as we're starting to get into a situation where we've either got to decide to just go exploring and get on with it or whatnot, but let's just go ahead and we need to pass the night away. So let's put the watch in our hand so we can see what time it is. When we get close to daytime we can start heading out. And let's dig this out a little further. This next part I'll probably won't talk too much, but all I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this out. So when we come back with our cows and our sheep, our chickens, and other items, we've got a chance to put them into their new home. And look at that. We found ourselves a cave. Let's go ahead and take a look. So far it doesn't look too dangerous. We can take and put a block there, that'll stop the water, which may be a bad thing, but we'll find out in a minute. Got some coal, got some gold. That's a bat, we don't worry about them, they're not going to harm us at all. We got some redstone. If it goes on much further, there's a light down there. Okay, this is an end. Okay, I don't really, unless I really want to, we don't have to go exploring there. We can do is just kind of seal it off for now. and that will ensure that nothing can get through. Go ahead and drop a torch here so nothing will spawn in this area, and make sure we light all this up. And with the lava here, we don't have to worry about light because the lava will take care of that. So let's go ahead and grab our resources and go back. Okay, that was the area we blocked off, so that's safe. This place had some more iron. We can just go ahead and get rid of that so it's not in the way. If you find a place you don't like how dark it is, go ahead and drop another torch. And the bats are kind of annoying, but they don't cause any harm. Let's go ahead and get the redstone. You can just, if you can't get down there, just go ahead and usually like to fill in this area anyways, so that it's easier to get in and out of here. And go ahead and grab the gold, because that's pretty valuable. I hear a skeleton, but I don't see one. When in doubt, it's always better to have too many torches than not enough, so don't worry about it. And then if you want to, when you're done, just go ahead and seal off the main part. It's fairly safe at this point, but you can never be too safe. And it's almost daytime, so let's go ahead and try and finish this off. Let's get our resources. We can come back to this later. Let's go downstairs and drop this off. Ah, good. We got some wheat. Let's go ahead and put the iron in there. We can drop off that. We don't need that. And let's go ahead and make lots of torches. And we'll just leave that to cook when we leave. Good, we got 5 babies and we're going on our way out. Now, one thing we'll notice on the compass is the compass is going to bring us back to the place we spawned into when we came into the game. Usually I prefer to have a map, but we don't have any paper yet, so we can't have a map. So what I'm going to do is, if you notice, it's pretty much always pointing to the same spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go outside, find the spawn point, and make sure that we can find our cubby hole. Well, look at that. There's our spot right there. If we go here, that's our spot. We can see our home from there, so that's good. We'll just leave that over here. What we're going to do is, now that we have the compass, we can be reasonably sure we're not going to lose our way. And let's go exploring a little bit. We're going to look for those items that we need. Just kind of glance around. That's a fairly decent cave. We'll probably go exploring that a little later once we get some better. We found some chickens. Good. We're just going to collect the eggs for now. Now we won't break the eggs or cook with the eggs. What we're going to do is we're going to use these eggs. That way we don't have to lead chickens back to our home. As long as we got lots of eggs, we should be able to raise our own chickens right by breaking the eggs. Now the problem with precipitation, if you notice in the game, starts getting a little bit of a lag. And if you notice, now we have yellow. We had roses earlier. We're going to use the flowers to make dyes. And again, if you remember from last time, if there's rain or snow, that also means that the monsters can come out. So make sure that you're prepared for that. And over there, you see, there we got some more food in case we need it. That, standing up, that's sugar cane. That's one of the items we're looking for. And we're going to go ahead and break those down, carry those back. And we're going to use the sugar cane to make flour. Not flour, paper. And if you notice here, we've got squid. We're going to find and kill some of those later on, and we're going to use those to make black dye, but that's a little less critical, so we're not really too interested in dyes yet. So far the only tree kind we've got is this kind of spruce. Actually, this isn't spruce. This is an oak, and there's a mushroom. So let's go ahead and break down the oak and try and get some branches, and we'll use those, and then we'll have 2 types of trees. And so far it's only midday, so we're doing pretty good. If you notice, oaks grow a little other than just a straight line. You also get these little side branches. If you want the leaves to decay, you have to break all these little side branches as well. at that, another one hidden right in there. And oaks also drop, weirdly enough, apples. And you can always help it to... There, we got an oak sapling, good. When you're doing this, keep your ears open. Oaks also seem to drop the most saplings, so this is going to be good for us. This one tree alone will probably be enough to set us up with oak. We also need a birch and a jungle tree. And the jungle tree is very critical because it's the only kind of wood that the chocolate will grow on. But to find that, we're going to have to go find ourselves a jungle biome. Okay, we got plenty of this. Let's continue our search. Make sure we still have space available. And from up here we can see a little further around. And it's getting towards nighttime. So the option becomes, do we want to go back or do we want to keep looking for a little bit? And usually I would go back, but we're in short of supplies and we've already been at this for a few days. So I'm going to keep exploring, and if worse comes to worse, I'll just dig into a hole somewhere and wait it out until the morning. But this is a good chance for us to test our armor. And as you see, I'm pretty much keeping the red arrow behind us, so I'm moving directly away from our home. This also gives us a chance. This is a very large biome. Usually I would be out of this area by now and into another. I'm hearing some strange noises, but we're going to continue anyways because they don't resemble anything in the game. Another thing is, when you're exploring, every once in a while, if things get really laggy, you can stop for a little bit and let them catch up. And that's one of the things we're looking for, is the sheep. Now this one's kind of far from home, but I do want the wool so I can make a bed when we get back. We can always come back and get sheep later. Go ahead and grab a bunch because it might be a while before we can get out here again. And let's continue. Sheep will not give you any food, so killing them doesn't really help. And if you climb up towards the higher points, you got a better chance to see what's coming up around you. And it's almost nighttime, so almost time to dig in if we're gonna run into any troubles we can't handle. But I think we'll be okay for now. the biggest problem will be if we actually try to stop. Then we'll have to dig in real quick, or some of those monsters will start to try and find us. Now this here looks like a ravine. Ravines can be kind of dangerous because they're easy to fall into. But we're past the ravine, and good, look at that. Just found a jungle. Okay, what I'm going to do, it's getting late. What we can do, if you don't like to try to survive the night, you can just go like this, put up a torch, and this way we'll be reasonably safe for the evening. Now what do we find today? We have 17 eggs. We should be able to get a few chickens out of that. We got some leather, some beef. We got some oak wood. We've got some seeds and some wheat. We got some yellow flour, some wool, some oak saplings. That's good. Anything here we don't really need? Well, the shovel's about to break. But we could use a little more dirt, so let's go ahead and use the shovel up. Over here. And that'll free up a slot now, so we have more room to carry items. Now, we don't have any coal with us, or we could cook up the meat while we wait. But we also don't have a table, so if we start making stuff, we're going to have a furnace and a table to carry with us, and that's going to be a bit much. So let's just pause here, we'll wait out the night, and in the morning we'll head back out and do some more exploring.